All right, Tucker, we want to get your thoughts as well on the DNC race, the big race that happened over the weekend. Who was going to sort of rebuild the Democratic Party? And ultimately, it went to the establishment player, Tom Perez. A lot of people, including President Trump, are saying this whole thing was rigged. He had President Barack Obama behind him, Hillary, the Clintonites. What are your thoughts? Do you think it's rigged?
Well, I mean, it's rigged in some broader sense, sure. The preference, and not just the Democratic Party, but of political parties in general, is for the better-funded candidate, for the better-funded side. I mean, they pay more attention to donors than they do to voters. And Perez was the pick of the Clinton people and of the Obama people. Ellison was the pick of a lot of the grassroots. It was really close. But in the end, of course, the moneyed side won. What they're hoping, and this is bad news in a couple ways, they're hoping that common loathing of Donald Trump will unite the party. They have a serious rift in the middle of that party. They just really don't agree with each other. And weirdly, paradoxically, and you all do a lot of this on Fox and Friends, you expose this, I think the Bernie Sanders and the Ellison people, as far out and socialist as they are, in some ways are more reasonable because they actually believe in something beyond just acquiring more power.
Well, listen, Tucker, they were quick to point out that the Tea Party was hurting John Boehner back and forth. You have to point out how Bernie Sanders has no interest in getting along with this new DNC regime, no matter how much it happens. And I got to give credit to Robert Reich. He says the Democratic Party is in terrible shape, worse shape than ever since really the 1920s, and it's going to take a huge uprising to turn things around. That wasn't a huge uprising. And Donald Trump had the best tweet yet. Congratulations to Tom Perez, who has just been named chairman of the DNC. I could not be happier for him or for the Republican Party. He sees this as a big win. That was kind of fun.
Yeah, but I actually think if it's going to turn out that the Democratic Party is going to need to be more obstructionist just because they need to keep hatred of Trump, front and center, because it's the only thing that holds the party together. The paradox is the Ellison people and the Bernie people are way more likely to have common cause with Trump because they're both sympathetic to populist economics. Like, they might actually have something in common with the infrastructure plan, with some of the health care ideas. But the Obama and the Clinton people, they're just about winning. They just want power. They don't care what it takes. They don't have principles. I don't think this is good news for anybody, actually.
Well, in particular, the Democrat, the DNC, when you look at the game plan going into the November election, essentially it was, hey, vote for Hillary. She's not Donald Trump.
Exactly.
And so if they're going to continue that, that's a loser.
Well, it's a loser, and it's also tiresome and boring. Okay, he's immoral. I'm a good person. He's a bad person. Okay, fine. What does it have to do with fixing the country? Like, where are your ideas? They don't have any. And they may get along, for the next year or so without having to present ideas because they can just make it all about Trump.
Tucker, they were saying after the vote, oh, now we're a united party. We had Ed Klein on the couch yesterday morning. He said that this infighting is actually, it could only get worse from here because under the surface, you've got Bernie Sanders really motivating people at the state level to nominate, chairmen of the states that could, really have an impact nationwide. I don't see this infighting in the Democratic Party settling down anytime soon.
No, because, look, a lot of the grassroots of that party are really hostile to wealth and to capitalism, and yet the party is run and funded by a very small number of extremely rich people. So the conflict is inherent. The grassroots in that party really hate the people who run it. That's a huge problem over time.
And they may be further motivated by the vote over the weekend.
And
that's exactly right.
Tucker, do you believe President Obama fundamentally is going to be behind this? Is it going to turn out that he's pushing this, and that would violate the unsaid rules of the President's Club?
Those rules have long been violated. Look, I mean, President Obama is living here in Washington. He's not going away. And this is another huge problem for the party, is that as long as Obama and the people around him are running it, I mean, how can new leadership emerge? Nothing grows in the shade. So they're not going to, that party will not kind of come to terms with whatever it needs to be until Obama goes away, and that may be many years.
Yeah. Tucker, we're coming down to do the interview with the president this afternoon. You made sure that the guest bedrooms are clean?
At my house, I changed the sheets last month. You're all set.
Oh, great.
Last month.
So we get to say
Better than we can expect.
We stay at the Carlson complex.
Yes.
No more Marriott or Hyatt for us.
With my dogs.
Love it. Good to see you, Tucker. Have a good day.